everybody, it's Keely Kerwin. Welcome back to Keely's Creations. I am here today to share with you guys December's Paper Pumpkin Kit Watercolor in Bloom. And this one is one of my absolute favorite kits that we have gotten from Stampin' Up. It makes 3 each of 3 different design cards. And then I also took those cards and was able to create a double page layout and then 2 single page layouts with the remaining pieces. So if you like what you've seen here today, please feel free to give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below. Also, I'd love to invite you to come on over to Keely's Creations in a Facebook group. There's over 600 crafty friends in there. Whether you're a demonstrator or a customer, you're all welcome there. Lots of crafty inspiration, not only paper pumpkin, but the workshop kits and cards and all the things. So if you're ready to see what I've done with these, let's get started. Hey everybody, it's Keely jumping back in here today on Saturday. I did the last live, I took all of the pictures, I watermarked them, I scheduled them all in this group in my business page on YouTube. I created the YouTube video, so lots of things go on behind the scenes after I create these Facebook Lives. So I'm jumping back in and I wanted to kind of try to get a little bit more caught up. So I'm sharing with you guys the December Watercolor in Bloom Paper Pumpkin Kit. So again, this time, this one made cards. So it was 1 each of 3 different designs and you have a really pretty envelope as well. And I'm going to share with you, I made 1 of each. And then how I used the really intricate die cuts, the vellum, the embellishments, fussy cut the envelopes, lots of good things that in these 4 layouts. So it is a double page layout and then 2 single page layouts. So I'm going to set those layouts off to the side and we'll look at those shortly. And I'm going to share with you. So here is, bring this down a little. Here is the envelope. So it's a standard envelope on the one side, but then super cute. I love that designed envelope. Okay, so you get an envelope for every card that there was, and then it made 3 cards. So I'm going to set those off to the side as well. And I'm going to share with you how the paper pumpkin comes. So you're going to get your instructions. You're also going to get all of the embellishments, all the cards, all the bases, all the envelopes, a mini ink spot, a block. For your very first paper pumpkin, you'll get a block. And some adhesive. So you really only need a scissors if you're going to be able to do the layouts, because sometimes they come with some ribbon, twine, something of that sort. But for this, you just needed the box. You didn't have to do anything else. You could have just assembled all those pretty cards as is. But so you know me, here is the instruction guide. It's going to show you where to stamp, how to put your adhesive on a roll on, how to put where to put and how to put your dimensionals on, adding it to the vellum, then adding that vellum to the base card, and then putting it all together. And so it's going to show you all the pieces that are needed for cards 1, 2, and 3. And then it'll walk you through all the cards in assembly. So if you wanted, you can make them all the same. Otherwise, you could change up all the cards, do whatever you want. I'm going to set that off to the side, and I'm going to share with you guys, it always comes with a stamp set, okay? So the stamp set, Watercolor in Bloom from December 2025, was this one. It's got sentiments, and if you flip this over, it'll show you. So it's just going to come with just this set of stamps. In the envelope, or in the email, when you get it from Stampin' Up, will be an email that has other project ideas, but it will also have a PDF that you can print out of the insert case. And so I always print them off, and then using a paper trimmer, I trim it down. It'll fit directly into a DVD case that we can purchase. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with mine going forward in 2026, but I wanted to finish off 2025 in the DV cases to match the rest of my set. Okay, so once a quarter, so October, November, December, you will get 1 stamp set. Once a quarter, you will get 2 stamp sets, and then once a quarter, the products will coordinate with papers or DSPs in the catalog. Okay, so this is the December Watercolor in Bloom. Also, as part of this, there is also an exclusive die set that you can purchase that coordinates with that quarterly subscription. So in October, this set of dies went live, okay? They coordinated with the October, November, December. So Joy coordinated with the October set. November's was like the tag, and then December's is these images here, the flowers and then the leaves. And I always put that set of dies in the first set of the quarter so that I always know where it is. So it's included in my October. And then I just keep that with this inside the paper pumpkin box. So I have it and can design with it. Okay, so if you wanted to see, so that was the October. Here's the November, which is the one that I just did, the Facebook Live, and then December. So those dies in here coordinate with these 3 kits. All right, moving along. I'm going to show you the 3 cards that kit created, and they are absolutely gorgeous. I love this watercolor look. You got the ombre look going from the blues to the greens. There is a rectangle piece of vellum under there, and then this intricate leaf piece that has like this copper foil along the sides. Hopefully that shows. I absolutely love this. And then we did some stamping under here with the stamp set, and then the rest of these were punch outs. And then we did some stamping, the Miss You So Much. And it is a horizontal card. I'm doing a live. Sorry. This card then, sorry, my dad is here with my husband and they are setting up the television in my craft room right now. And so I just heard him yell for me, but I'm doing this. So the second one is this beautiful card, and we do an oval vellum piece along with this overlay. And then if you look real close, you can see that it's like dotted around the outer edge. Love that, along with the copper foil look. Then we stamped the thank you, the little things you do for me mean so much. Stamped the little leaves on the side, and then popped up these foam pieces, the punch outs, along with adding the copper. I didn't say anything about that either. The copper sequins in the large and the small. So that was card number 2. And then card number 3, again, is a watercolor look. And you can always cut these cards in half so that you have extra, or you have more if you wanted to make more cards, and if you had more stamps and dies and things that you wanted to do, because there would only be enough pieces really to do the cards that are included. This one has a rectangle vellum piece that we then stamped on this white daisy or white willow. Dear friend, you make me feel loved, but it also has that copper border all on the side. And then this, it was a 3x4 card that just comes included in there. So like a card that we pop foam dots behind and popped that up, as long as these are punch outs too, and then adding some of the copper designs to them. So those are the 3 cards, and you would make 3 of the 3 different designs. So this kit made 9 cards. Okay, I'm gonna set that off to the side, and now let's take a look at the layouts that I created. So this is layout number 1. I and Sean went to Ireland with my mom, dad, and my aunt, my sister, and her husband for my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. And as soon as I saw this card base, it totally made me think of Ireland. And I used one of the card bases. So I used one of these, okay? And I cut out the letters out of that using the party alphabet set. I also cut the same letters out of the white willow so that I could kind of back that, because otherwise it helps it pop off the page more. The base is cardstock, and you will see on the back I gutted it, as well as I gutted the white willow, because 3 different layers of a lot of cardstock would make this a super heavy layout. By doing that, I was able to take the inners of the white willow, and I can use that for photo mats, and then the outer or the inners of the darker blue, I could use that on other layouts as well that you will see going forward. I also used what was left of one of the card bases, and it's just laid kind of neat under. It actually has, it's from the Ireland piece. The letters are missing from inside here, but it's just the outer that kind of backs that. And then I used a piece here, and then there's another that where it was cut. So here's the crease of the card, and then there's another piece that I just cut out to add to the end to add a little border to it. Okay, I took some of the more minty color so that it coordinated with some of the embellishments. And this is pieces that I cut from the envelope. No, this is piece, sorry, that is not from the envelope. That is from this piece, this card right here. I cut out a section of it here, and then this was one of the punch outs I shoved back behind there. And then this again was the vellum oval, and I added this piece on top. And I just left it as is, because if I wanted to do some journaling, that is available to do right there. And then added some of the copper sequins. So I'm going to bring that up so you guys can see that up close. Okay. I I love how this turned out. So that will be the beginning of my Ireland scrapbook album. All right, layout number 2 is another standalone layout, and this one is using the Pretty Peacock cardstock. And again, I gutted that out because I was layering, and that allowed me then to be able to use that Pretty Peacock here and then the backing here. And you can see I used the darker blue from that prior layout behind my photo mats. We have a vertical 4x6 and a square 3x3. These again have the vellum rectangles. There's 2 pieces of it back behind here, and then 2 of these from the card. You can do some journaling here, or you could just leave it as is. This was one of the punch outs, so I just added that on, and then I did some stamping behind it. So the punch out is these 2. Oh, sorry, this is not a punch out. I made my own embellishment here. This is from one of the card bases, and then these are from the dies. So from wherever I just stuck those, right here, these 2 dies created these, and then I had stamped on there. I'm gonna set that off to the side in case I need that again. Then it's the oval vellum with the overlay. So again, these are those copper pieces, card bases. Then this is one of the cute little stamps from the set, just up in the corners. This is one of the envelopes. Okay, I fussy cut around there and then added that down below. And again, one of the parts of the base, card base, and then some more of the punch outs, and then more of the die cuts, and then did a little stamping underneath it, and then added the sequins. So that is layout number 2. And I love how these turned out. Okay, then the last one is a double page layout. And I have it calling Love Grows. Just because I loved all the flowers, I love the flowered look to it. So this is using cardstock again, using the white willow. And then I just cut strips. We have the dark blue, we have the emerald, we have the Lost Lagoon, or not Lost Lagoon, the Pretty Peacock going on. And then this is the card base from this card right here. Okay. You can see it. I just laid one here and laid one here. And the seams pretty much get covered up. Again, I used some of the border or the background, you know, when I what do you call it, gutted it. I have some of those here. So we have room for a 4x6 vertical, 2 2x2s, and then 2 horizontal 3x4s. I used one of the solid images from the cards, right? This image here is this. That's laid flat. And then some of that vellum, rectangle vellum. I stamped the little things you do for me. And that's popped up along with some of the punch outs. There's a punch out there, and then I added the flower and added some sequins. And again, then on the corners over here, this is one of the punch outs, and then added some of the flowers and sequins. And again, one of the punch outs, or 2 of the punch outs. Oops, I just moved one of the sequins. And punch outs, and then flowers. And what I did here is I again used that party alphabet set with the copper, or the bronze, I believe it is, metal foil paper. And then I used the dark blue underneath just to help make that pop off the page just a little bit more. So I'm going to bring this up so you can see. I absolutely loved this kit. I love those colors, and I loved to play with it. Oh, and I forgot, this is, where's the border? 1. This was 3 envelopes worth. I fussy cut. So the 1 envelope is here. 1 envelope is here, and then 1 envelope is right here. So I just cut it along, and then so it went all the way across. And I absolutely love how it turned out. Fussy cutting can be relaxing. So I created these at my retreat, and I try to work on these typically when people go to bed so that my creative juices are flowing and I don't lose track of what my ideas were. So I hope you enjoyed these layouts, and I'd love to hear which one was your favorite. And if you have any questions, definitely let me know. I absolutely love paper pumpkin kits. I don't know if you can tell or not, right? I love to create alternate projects from them. So be on the lookout. I'll be working on the January one. Hopefully, I have a retreat not next weekend, but the weekend after. So I will be working on the January and maybe even the February if it comes in time, paper pumpkin. So again, any questions, feel free to comment down below or send me a private message. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your weekend. Stay happy, stay healthy, and keep crafting. Love ya. watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed my scrapbooking video. If so, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. I look forward to sharing new creations with you next week. To keep the crafting fun going, check out my prior scrapbooking videos. I appreciate your support. Stay happy, stay healthy, and keep crafting!